Predestination sells you a time travel story, then quietly turns it into something stranger. It argues that time travel does not loosen causality, it tightens it. Inside its universe, you cannot change history. You can only fulfill it. The film treats time travel like an operational technology. A device, disguised in a violin case, can jump across decades with enough precision for covert work. It is reliable enough to support a bureaucracy, the Temporal Bureau. That single choice matters. It pushes time travel out of the garage and into systems, rules, training, and repeatable missions. Here is the first big insight, and it is one the movie actually gets right in spirit. It commits to self-consistency. Many time travel plots flirt with paradox, then escape through a reset button. Predestination refuses the easy exit. No one successfully rewrites anything. The intervention you think will prevent a disaster is already part of the chain that caused it. So the timeline behaves like a fixed-point puzzle. Every piece must fit, because contradictions are not allowed. But the moment you ask for literal scientific realism, the loop hits a hard wall. Biology. The story asks you to accept a self-parenting genome. Jane gives birth. The infant is kidnapped, taken into the past, and grows up to become Jane. Later, Jane becomes John, and John impregnates Jane. The loop is genetically closed, with no outside input. That is not just narratively wild. It is biologically brutal. Human development is noisy. Reproduction shuffles chromosomes and recombines DNA. Small mutations happen. Complications happen. If the two parents are the same organism at different ages, you also concentrate genetic risk. Yet the film needs the loop to keep recreating the right person, the right body, the right fertility, the right timing again and again, as if chance never gets a vote. Physics can sometimes hide behind "it happened because it happened." Biology usually cannot. The next wall is the time machine itself. A portable, closed, time-like curve gadget is elegant cinema, but brutal physics. Theoretical paths to time loops tend to require extreme space-time geometry and exotic conditions that are not minor engineering details. They are the whole difficulty. And even if you could build such a thing, there is the stability problem. Quantum effects near a would-be chronology horizon may blow up in ways that ruin the machine. The general idea is that nature may protect causality by making usable time machines self-defeating. Predestination treats all of that as solved, miniaturized, and tucked into a case. Then comes the movie's most delicious cheat, the bootstrap paradox. The loop has no origin. Jane exists because John fathers Jane. The agent exists because the Bureau recruits John. John exists because Jane is surgically transformed after giving birth. The baby exists because the agent moves it to the past. Up close, every step has a cause. Zoomed out, the chain has no external starting point at all. It is narratively brilliant and scientifically unsettling, because explanation usually wants sources. Where did the information come from? Where did the plan come from? Where did the lineage begin? In Predestination, it just circulates. Zoom out again to the Temporal Bureau, and another realism problem appears. Time policing is presented as clean. In reality, it would be contamination chaos. Every jump risks leaving traces, creating records that do not quite match. running into surveillance, money trails, and messy human contact. Verification is worse. If only one self-consistent history exists, how do you even know an intervention prevented anything? Your evidence would sit inside the same loop you are trying to test. The institution starts to look less like a police force and more like a system that maintains its own paradox because it cannot step outside it. And yet, for all the broken hardware, the film nails something rare. It treats time travel as a stress test for personal identity. Jane, John, the bartender agent, and the fizzle bomber are presented as the same person in a meaningful sense. Yet they differ in body, age, memory, trauma, goals, and moral agency. The movie forces you to sit with a modern idea that feels uncomfortably plausible. The self is not a single static essence. It is a model built by a brain in a body, stitched together across time from memory, expectation, and social role. Predestination turns that into characters sharing one life from different angles, sometimes as allies, sometimes as enemies. Even the film's fatalism lands close to a real unease. If chronology violation were possible, it would not be just another transportation technology. It would threaten the structure of prediction itself.